Hello and welcome. My name is Amanda Farlinger with From Where I Stamp, and today I'm going to show you how I'm putting this 12 by 12 scrapbook page together. It's not together at the moment. These are just pieces that I'm going to use. So this is me from 1988, 87. I'd have to double check. I don't remember. Anyway, my brother and myself, first day of school. Yeah. So we're going to use some Flirty Flamingo, some Purple Posy, and Night of Navy with some Crushed Curry to tie it all together. And these colors were pulled from, so you can see my designer series paper here. So these colors are from the Playing with Patterns 6x6 designer series paper. So this is what I have left of a pack, and it has some wonderful designs and bright bold colors. Maybe think of school, and it just tied really well into what we were wearing. So with the pink, yellow, blue, and everything. And because it was foggy that day, because of the color, I decided to go with gray granite for my layout base, rather than like smoky slate or a basic white. All right, so first thing was to decide what color, or if I wanted to matte my photo. So I decided to matte it with, oh sorry, not Flirty Flamingo, Blushing Bride. Flirty Flamingo is really bright. It was a little bit too bright. All right, so the Stampin' Seal is great for photos, and you want to use a light touch and just a little bit on the four corners. You might have to move it forward a bit. Whoops. It's not usually this sticky on me. There we go. And it comes with a cap that you'll want to put back on it to protect the end. You don't need much adhesive. You just put this down, your photo down on your layer. So I've cut this to 4 1/4 by 6 1/4, so it frames that photo. So my next piece is I took one of these 6x6 pieces of paper, and well, 2 of them, and cut them down to 3 1/2, and then left the 6-inch wide. So they will go like so. And then I took another piece of designer paper, this really neat design, and I've trimmed it so that you get this line. Now this one's a little bit longer, but it's going to be tucked under this here. Like, oops, not quite like that, but like so. And I forgot to grab some grid paper. Grid paper is always good to use when scrapbooking because I'm going to get those lines nice and straight. And then I took a piece of the Night of Navy 12 by 12. It's in the same pack as the Gray Granite, and I'm going to put that over here. And then this is Purple Posy. It is a retiring in color. So our in colors are around for 2 years. So this color was introduced in 2019 with the 2019 to 2020 Annual Catalogue. And I've just taken an 8 1/2 by 11 piece of paper and cut off 1 1/4 inches. So this is 11 inches by 1 1/4. And I think I'm going to cut off that edge at an angle or make it into more of a flag type deal. I'm not sure. Now for my photo, sometimes I change my mind up once I have an idea of how my layout's going to go, but then when I start to put it together, it changes up a little bit. So my photo layer, I'm just putting these dimensionals on the back, so that way this is going to cover up that centerpiece. So it's going to go there somehow. All right, I got all these little fibers or something. Now, I've grabbed some gray granite ink, and I'm going to use the Butterfly Brilliance stamp set. This is a pre-release for the new catalog that starts, I believe it's May 3rd, and it, with the dies, So these are the dies. Whoops. We're going to use a few of those today to create this layout. And you can purchase this now before it's available in May. Now I've changed up mine and you can probably see some cut marks. So I've cut mine apart. You don't have to, but I wanted to make it so it would be easier to do some stamping one butterfly at a time. So I'm going to grab block D, a clear block. I love the ridges. They're so nice and easy to hold on to. And I'm going to grab this butterfly, and it should fit on here. And it is a cling mount stamp, so you do have the option to put the image on the back. So I have done that. So to get an idea here of where I want to stamp, I'm going to grab a pen. And we want to mark something like this. To get an idea, I might even grab a ruler, just because I like to have things nice and straight. So it goes here, and it goes here. So then I have an idea when I put my layout down here at the corner, how to get this nice and straight. All right, so I'm gonna move my photo off to the side to, actually I'm gonna put it over here to protect it. And then I'm going to actually move all of this off to the side so that way I can do my stamping. So the ink pad, we open it up. I don't open it up all the way. I'm a little weird, I know. So I'm doing this color directly on. So it's same color ink with same color cardstock. And I'm going to put one up here. And I use the same butterfly stamp to stamp down here. And then Simply Chamois, I've cut mine in half. And just clean that up. And it will be extra sticky on the block because it is a cling mount stamp set. And I'm going to grab one of these little guys, this one here I think, put it on the same block. And you want to be careful not to get too much ink on there. You could trim those off if you wanted, but this will, I felt like leaving those would be better, so that way I could put the puzzle back together. Now these ones, I'm going to stamp off and then stamp on my layout, like so. So stamp off and then down here. So it creates a nice light look of that butterfly. And then the same thing, we'll just clean that off. And it's just a little bit of water on the Simply Chamois. And close up the ink pad and put it off to the side. So now we'll move these pieces back over. And when I was choosing which designs to use, I just kept in mind, or had the photo out, and pulled out a bunch that worked with the color scheme of the layout. And another trick, because using 6x6 is a little different, is to use a ruler to help you get the lines straight. And then we can put this piece on over here. And I like the multi-purpose liquid glue the best, because I find that I can move it around a little bit if I don't get it in the proper location. So stick this down here. Now the first one is usually the hardest. So getting the second piece on. I got a little bit of glue on my table. And I want it to go like so. And like so. So even though this pattern piece is not lining up exactly, I'm going to cover that with my photo, so I'm not all that worried about it. And then my Night of Navy piece here, put some glue on it. More glue everywhere. So this butterfly is going to be hidden just a little bit by this Night of Navy piece, and that's not a problem. Oops. Just like so. Move that out of the way. All right, so I'm going to move this away for just a second and pull out my trimmer. I'm going to put a little bit of a angle on this piece. So whatever looks great. And for now, I'm just going to sit here because I'm going to die cut some butterflies. So this will go here like so. And we need to add a little bit more butterflies to it with some more pop of color. So I'm going to set this off to the side and grab my dies. Don't need the stamp set. Alright, so the dies. And we're going to use Crushed Curry, Blushing Bride, and Purple Posy. And also we're going to use some adhesive sheets. These will help because these butterflies are very intricate, and then that way we don't have to worry about gluing them down. You can use that. Now I'm going to use this, not use that, sorry. You can just pull off the back of the sticker and glue it down. So each of these three pieces, this piece here, the back one side of the adhesive sheets is cut into 3 strips. And the side with the cut lines, excuse me, the side with the cut lines, it is where the adhesive is. So it will stick to your finger a little bit. I'm going to stick this down here. Stick this one down in here. And it doesn't have to cover the whole butterfly either. But you do want to make sure to score it a bit with a bone folder or your edge of your ruler or something. And then this is the Stampin' Cut and Emboss. We have our base plate, our die plate, and our 2 cutting plates. You can tell I've used this quite a bit. And we're going to use at least 2, if not 3. I think all 3 will fit on here. So I think I'm going to do, and we got to do sticky side down. Probably should only do 2, but then I don't have to worry about it. And we'll do this one in the yellow. Put the plate on top. Put that through the machine. Ah, it moved. No fair. I'll show you a trick for die cutting those in a moment. So I'm going to have to do the purple one again. Maybe I can hide it so I don't have to die cut it again and waste that paper. Let's see what we can figure out. Alright, so now this can go off to the side for now. And we have... Now these cases unfortunately have been discontinued, but putting this in a basket or something so that way you can use your die brush to take the pieces out. Maybe. There we go. Take the pieces out of your dies. So this is the take your pick tool. I'm taking off the putty end and putting on the die brush end. So it just screws right on. And then that way you can clean up your dies, and the foam is there to clean up these. Now because of the adhesive on the back of it, it may not work as well. See how it's stuck together a little bit, which is fine. I'm just going to do this a little bit here to loosen these up. And the same thing with my crushed curry piece. It's not going to come out, but that's okay. There we go. And then I can just close that up, put it off to the side for now. So if I pull back in my layout, move things off to the side, and have a look at how this is going to work to see if I can put this, I can put this maybe, all right, so we want, let's see, where do we want our butterflies? We'll do one here, one here. I'm going to do that one there. I think I'm going to re-die cut this one because that's just not going to work for me. Alright, so we'll grab another piece of purple posy. And we'll give this a trim. Trim that up. There. I want to burnish it. Grab the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine again. And grab our larger die. That sponge back. Oops. Put it back in the drawer. There we go. Oh, now it all wants to come out. There we go. There we go. Clean the pieces aside. And let's see, how do we want this to go? Let's put the pink down here and the yellow up there. All right, so now you could stamp on the layout if you wanted for your title. I'm going to leave mine blank for now because I'm going to look up the date of this if I can. At least I'll have the month and the year. I may not have the exact date, but you could stamp or journal. Oh, because this isn't going straight across, I am going to use my ruler to glue this down, like so. And then we'll take off the backing. And I put extra dimensionals down because it is a layout. It most likely will be standing up most of the time, but you want to be able to give that look of it popping up. I'm going to use my ruler, comes in handy so much. Because if things are off a little, it bugs me. There we go. That looks pretty good. And a ruler just helps. So that way it's just something to be able to guide my eye. So later I'm not going, oh, I got it wrong. All right, so you want to be very careful pulling this off the back. Take off any little pieces. There we go. There we go. Some of these pieces might be sticky. There we go. So now we can just put those right on the layout. I'm just going to put them there for now. Like put it down. This one might not come off as easily. Come on. There we go. These are very delicate, so you want to be careful. Whoops. We wanted to put that up here. And then the pink one, the Blushing Bride. Pull off the sticker back. It's one of my favorite things to do. Pull off the sticker back. There we go. So this gotta move, this one has to move down just a little, as does this one. There we go. And then this way, put that there. This one here. And this one here. All right. Now, as a final little touch for my layout, the Opal Rounds are in the January to June mini catalog. So I'm going to put the Take Your Pick tool back together with the putty on the end. So you receive this whole pack of these beautiful pearls, rounds, I guess. And this side here is larger than this side. So you get a couple different sizes. And I'm going to use the small ones if I can with the putty. Let's see. I might have to use the tweezers or There we go. And I'm going to cover up. Put those over some of the colorful circles. So they pick up the color that's behind them. So you can put them right on the white if you want. They'll be a little bit more invisible. There we go. So I think I'll leave that at 3. So there's how you can create a layout using the Butterfly Brilliance stamp set and Butterfly Wings or Brilliant Wings dies, along with some bright spring colors, the Opal Rounds, and the forgotten the name of it already. Playing with Patterns Designer Series paper. Thank you for joining me, and we'll see you later.